Welcome back to Keto Naturopath Kitchen. A couple of weeks ago I did a video, it was a bacon cheeseburger casserole. And in that I used my homemade keto ketchup, and quite a few people asked me to do a video on the ketchup. So today I'm going to show you how I make my keto ketchup. I know there are a lot of brands out there you can buy. One major brand, I have been told, tastes horrible, and some of the other brands use sweeteners that aren't the best. So I love to make my own. So I start off with a 6-ounce can of tomato paste in a small saucepan. I've already got it in my saucepan. To that you will add 3/4 cup of water, and I like to put the water in the can of tomato paste just to get a little bit more out, because it's hard to get all of it out, and I'm like, well, let's get it all. So we'll get as much of the tomato paste as we can, add the rest of the water, and at first I'm going to whisk this together just to get this combined. I have this cute little whisk I love. You don't need a whisk. If you can do it with just a spoon, that's fine. There, that's combined. To that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I have to switch scent because about 20 years ago, I chopped the top of my thumb off. Don't ask how. Yes, it was a log splitter. And anyway, so it's hard for me to hold things because I don't have the top of the thumb, so I need to do it this way. So 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 3/4 teaspoon of onion powder. So I don't have one measure that's 3/4 teaspoon, so it'll be a 1/2 teaspoon, and well, actually that's a teaspoon, so I'm going to do 3/4. Because I thought I got a 1/2 teaspoon measure, but I didn't. Again, 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, but I like mine a little tangy, so I'm actually going to use cayenne pepper. 1/8 teaspoon of cloves. I don't have an 1/8 teaspoon measure, so I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon and ballpark it. That looks like about. And 1/8 teaspoon of mustard powder. Again, 1/2 teaspoon. And we're going to whisk this together to combine all of the ingredients. Now, I don't like things very sweet, but a couple of drops of stevia glycerite. I use Better Stevia brand that I get on Wellevate because I know they're always going to have it. This is an unflavored, just plain stevia glycerite. A couple of drops. Whisk that all in. Now I'm going to cook this on low heat for about an hour until it thickens up. So I'm going to cook this for an hour, and I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. As you can see, it's a little watery now. So I'll show you what it's like in an hour. Well, the ketchup has been on low for an hour, and look how thick it is. And cooking it for that long, sometimes the tomato paste and tomato sauce tastes a little tinny, whatever, raw tomato taste, and cooking it blends all the flavors together, and this is amazing. So how I store mine is I have a mason jar, and this is I use for canning, and helps you put it in the jar without making a mess. What I'm also going to do next time is, this is a mustard container. There's still mustard in it, but when mustard's all used up, I'm going to wash it out and start using my ketchup in here so you can just squirt it out. But here, Actually, I like it in the mason jar. And that's about as much as I can fit in there right now. I'm going to keep that in the refrigerator, but how I really like this goes great in my cheeseburger casserole, bacon cheeseburger casserole, which I have on video, but this just on a burger. Oh, that tastes, that is good tasting ketchup. And since I use cayenne, it's a little zippy. So use as much or as little as you want. Oh, this is good.